Greetings, esteemed Black homeschooling parents. Baba Amin here, and I'm here to let you know that it's time to take charge of our children's education like never before. And I have exciting news for you. The Uhuru Academy online K-12 private school and homeschool partnership is here to change the game. And we're enrolling. Listen up. Our curriculum is proudly African-centered, empowering young minds with knowledge that celebrates our rich heritage, our roots, and our greatness. Yes, you heard that right. We have students from all corners of the world, and our vision is to create a generation of leaders who are visionary, confident, and empowered. Black homeschooling parents, let's unite and give our children the gift of an education that fuels their pride, elevates their potential, and ignites their passion for greatness. Visit us at uhuruacademy.com to secure your child's position at the Uhuru Academy, the premier partner in empowering our leaders of tomorrow. Peace.
Uhuru Academy overall is an amazing school from the teacher to the students. It's a place where kids can build their confidence and learn how to write, read, type, all of that good stuff. We learn our history here. We honor our ancestors, so we learn about who we are and where we come from, and I really enjoy this about this school. And like everybody's pretty much saying, it's a safe space, and we can always be able to feel like we can open up to our classmates and our teachers. So that's what I love.
I love the environment and that they promote not being afraid to ask for help.
Something positive about the Uhuru Academy is this is a safe space, and you can be able to say whatever you want to say without being embarrassed, just like how Amani said. I've been able to, sometimes I can be shy talking around people, but y'all have taught me not to be shy and everything. This is a very good school. The part that I love about this is when we do ancestor reverence and African history.
I think this is the greatest school I've ever went to because you teach me about my history, and at the other schools they never taught me one thing about my history. They just taught, the only black people they talked about at my other schools were Carter G. Woodson, Martin Luther King, and I think that's it. So you guys helped me learn my true history.
Microphone check 1 2 1 2. Microphone check 1 2. You know what I'm saying? Somebody jump in the chat and let me know. Holla if you hear me. Peace and power. Habari Gani. All right, Habari Gani. And let me go on and bring Mama and Koyo to the stage as well. I know she's traveling. Peace and power. Well, okay, she'll come back when she's able to. She's traveling, so you know how you come in and out of a signal. But hey, Habari Gani, y'all. Habari Gani. And let me make sure that my audio is doing what it do, because I get to talking. All right, my computer thinks I'm coming through clear. So if someone can hit up the chat and let me know whether or not I'm coming through. All right, good. Thank you, Mama Alexis. All right then, y'all. Hey, Habari Gani. What's our response? What's our response today? We're in our third day of Kwanzaa. We celebrated Umoja. We celebrated Umoja, which means unity. We celebrated Kujichagulia, which means self-determination. And today we celebrate what? Y'all just gonna make me say, there it is, UJIMA. Today we celebrate UJIMA, which means collective work. and responsibility, right? Collective work and responsibility. And let me put that up on the screen. Collective work and responsibility. Right. I hope I spelled it right. Collective work and responsibility. UJIMA is what we're celebrating today here at the UA Online Global Community Kwanzaa Celebration and Fundraiser. Yeah, you got that right. This is a celebration, but this is also a fundraiser, right? We are on a campaign to build the world's greatest online education platform for Black people. All right. And in order to do that, our community is going to have to come together. We're going to have to come together. We're going to make that happen. We've already begun to build the site. It's going to be called uhuruacademy.org. We've begun building the site already. But y'all, we don't just want to build a static site. We want to build an interactive, next level, next generation online learning platform where not only will we house our K through 12 online live private school, but we'll also have pre-recorded K through 12 curriculum to assist other homeschooling parents, right? Not only that, we'll be housing our adult education program, Operation Reconnect, on our new learning platform. And not only that, we're going to be launching Uhuru University, which will be courses that we're going to curate from institutions, from individuals, maybe even from you, that'll prepare our people and our children for the workforce of the future. So be on the lookout for uhuruacademy.org. And that's the reason for the season. Today, collective work and responsibility. It's going to take collective work and responsibility to expand and grow this great institution that we call the Uhuru Academy. All right. And before we honor our ancestors, because we have to honor our ancestors before we get started, we have to do that. You will see below the screen your opportunity to become a monthly Uhuru Academy patron. All right. You'll see that right there below the screen. So go to patreon.com/Uhuru Academy today and sign up for a monthly to be a monthly patron, a monthly partner of the Uhuru Academy. Also, you may notice in the upper right-hand corner of the screen a QR code. Scan that with your phone. You can make a one-time donation to the Uhuru Academy as well. All right. But hey, y'all know what we got to do first. We have to honor our ancestors who we invite to be with us and to guide us from their plane of awareness so we can be about the things that we're about and say the things that we are about to say. As African people, we recognize that we're only here because our ancestors were here. So who are we to begin any endeavor without honoring them first? I say now, we're going to keep it interactive like we've been doing all week, y'all. We have a Nearpod. We have a link, right? We're going to call out our ancestors. We want you to put your ancestors' names in the chat, right? But definitely want y'all to do that. Everybody watching the broadcast, if you have an ancestor, a personal ancestor that's passed on, or one of our common ancestors that have passed on that you would like us to honor this afternoon, it'll be my honor to do that during this ancestor reverence ceremony. All right. Now I have my plant here. I'm going to be pouring water into the plant to honor, just like the water as we pour it into the plant will nourish the plant. Our ancestors have poured energy. They've poured wisdom and knowledge into us, right? That nourishes us. All right. So now here's the thing. We have an interactive link as well. And let me put that interactive link on the screen. And I appreciate y'all's patience as we get this together, right? Let's put this interactive link on the screen. When you go to this link, you'll be able to put the name and even a picture of your ancestor, right there on our ancestral wall, and so let me create that. Let me give y'all that link right quick. All right, I'm gonna create a banner for it, and then I'm gonna put it in the chat. Y'all know how we do, right? It's a Nearpod. You're gonna go to nearpod.com. All right, and let me put that in the chat as well. Boom. All right, there it is. I'm even gonna put it in a private chat because we have students and we have teachers right in the studio with us today, right? And so as we go through our ceremony, feel free to go to that link and put a picture tribute, a gift tribute, a verbal tribute on that wall to honor your ancestors. All right, so we're going to get started, and I'd like to start us off today. I would like to pour a libation for Booker T. Washington. Ashe. Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. And you can respond Ashe in the comments, respond out loud where you are. All right, all right, all right. On behalf of my sister Tracy Oakman, we'd like to pour libation for Terry Folk. Ashe. Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. Ashe, Ashe. All right, all right. Who else we got? All right, Henry Thomas Searles. Ashe. Ashe, we pour libation, we honor Henry Thomas Searles. I'd like to honor my mother, Alice Baker. Ashe. Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. All right. Good deal, good deal. Let's see. All right, I see Baba Stokes. Ashe. Ashe, we honor Baba Stokes today. Ashe. Each and every morning at the Uhuru Academy, we honor our ancestors before class, right? Eartha Kitt. Ashe. Ashe. Absolutely. All right. Oh, Baba Bandele. Ashe. We got another Booker T. Washington. Ashe. I like to pour libation for Malcolm X. Ashe. I like to pour libation for Marcus Garvey. Ashe. I like to pour libation for the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. Ashe. Ashe. All right, we have Miss Dolores Turner. Ashe. Ashe. I like to pour libation for Amy Jacques Garvey. Ashe. I like to pour libation for Kwame Nkrumah. Ashe. I like to pour libation for Fannie Lou Hamer. Ashe. I like to pour libation for Coretta Scott King. Ashe. Denmark Vesey. Ashe. The Right Reverend Nat Turner. Ashe. Let's see what else we got. Okay, we like to pour libation on behalf of Tita Goddess to Bernie Douglas. Ashe. I like to pour libation for my big brother, Kenneth Darren Thomas. Ashe. I like to pour libation for Dr. Leola Africa. Ashe. We pour libation for Dr. Sabi. Ashe. Oh, we come from a beautiful and powerful people. Let's see what else we have. Oh, the beautiful Cicely Tyson. Ashe. I like to pull libation for Dr. Khalid Abdul Muhammad. Ashe. I like to pull libation for Dr. Asaji Hilliard. Ashe. I like to pull libation for Dr. Francis Cress Welsing. Ashe. I like to pull libation for Sobonfu Some. Ashe. New comments. Oh, these beautiful names coming in. These beautiful Ashes. Maya Angelou. Ashe. Drusilla Dungy Houston. Ashe. Dr. Amos Wilson. Ashe. All right. Let's look and see what we have on our Nearpod. Let's look and see what we have on our Nearpod for those who went to the link. Ashe, Miss Phyllis Mack. Ashe. Definitely Miss Phyllis Mack. All right. Definitely Miss Phyllis Mack. And as I share my screen here, right? As we share our screen, and we're going to go here. We're going to go here. Look at our ancestor wall, y'all. We see Dorcas Sims and Gary Gilmore. Ashe. We see Harriet Tubman. Ashe. Look at that beautiful picture of Eartha Kitt. Ashe. We see Malcolm X. Ashe. Rosa Parks. Ashe. Bill Russell. Ashe. We see Madam C.J. Walker. Ashe. George Washington Carver. Ashe. All right. Harold Washington. Ashe. B.B. King and Whitney Houston. Ashe. I say, y'all should see. Oh, there's W.E.B. Du Bois. I say, y'all should see our ancestor wall on a daily basis. It's full of beautiful African ancestors that our children are taking time out to research and include in our libation ceremony, right? Right there's Kobe Bryant, I see Reverend Roderick Miles Sr., there's King Akhenaten, there is, I saw a Willa May Walker. We pour for Willa May Walker on behalf of Juneteenth Jamal Bradley in the house, right? Y'all, we come from a beautiful and powerful people, and we do this the first thing every morning at the Uhuru Academy to remind our children who we are and whose we are. I see a Tupac Amaru Shakur on our ancestor wall. I say, oh, Nina Simone, I say. All right, y'all, yo, check this out. At this time, we pour for all those we have not named, but we certainly have not forgotten. I say. Yeah, I ain't scared to Asheo up in here by myself because I know all of y'all are with me. I know y'all with me, and y'all Ashe doing the Asheo as well. And I see her added to the ancestors wall. There goes Gerald Levert. I see a Fanny Shakur over here. Ashe, y'all. This is every day at the Uhuru Academy. Right? So no, we're not standing up and pledging allegiance to a flag that's not pledging a true allegiance to us, right? We pledge allegiance to our ancestors each and every morning, our personal ancestors, our collective ancestors, our collective and personal legacies. That's what we pledge allegiance to each and every morning at the Uhuru Academy. All right. So when you support the Uhuru Academy, you're supporting one of the few institutions on the planet where Black children get to honor their roots first thing in the morning in a spiritual fashion, right? So that's when you become a patron, that's what you're supporting. When you make your donations, that's what you're supporting. When you volunteer to come teach a course, that's what you are supporting. When you share this video, that's what you're sharing. That's what you're supporting. Not something that's going to happen, but something that is happening. Something that is happening right now, right? So give thanks, y'all. Give thanks and Habari Gani to everybody on the broadcast, everybody in the chat. Yo, I'm considering y'all the team. Y'all the team today. Y'all the team today that's going to help us get this word out. Y'all the team today that's going to help us celebrate collective work and responsibility by practicing collective work and responsibility and letting everyone that you can let know within the power of your voice, your network, your connections to visit uhuruacademy.com to let everybody know that an education solution is happening right now for Black children, and that is the Uhuru Academy. We are here to practice UJIMA today, collective work and responsibility, right? Right? And by definition, you say when we say UJIMA, we mean to build and maintain our community together and make our community problems our problems and to solve them together. I'm going to say it again, especially that last line. And to make our community problems our problems and to solve them what? Together. That also means making our community solutions our solutions, right? And to implement them what? Together. This is not a me thing. I know you're looking at the video and you see Baba Amin, but the Uhuru Academy is not just a Baba Amin thing. I am the visionary of the Uhuru Academy, co-founder along with my beautiful wife, Nkoyo Ojuok of the Uhuru Academy. But there is no Uhuru Academy without UJIMA. We have never, ever done it alone. Ever. We are the carriers of the vision. We are the carriers of the mission. Yes, we are carrying this institution forward. We are the primary carriers. The Uhuru Academy rests sternly on our shoulders. It's what we wake up with in the morning. It's what we go to bed with at night since 2010. But there is no Uhuru Academy without the beautiful Black people that have helped us and worked with us and sacrificed with us along the way. And I'm excited about today because we get to share some examples of UJIMA, some examples in our history of collective work and responsibility being put in action by the Black community for the betterment of our children. It's a trip because I'm only going to be on for 2 hours today, so I can't show you. That's not nearly enough time for me to show you, right? The amount of partnerships, great partnerships that we forged over the years. That's not enough time for me to show you how many times we've come together as a community for all things big and small on behalf of the Uhuru Academy. The amount of communities that we've been in, right? But today, I'm going to focus in on a particular story, a particular act of UJIMA that stands out in my heart, right? And that's the acquiring of our first schoolhouse. That's something that we're going to be talking about today on the podcast. I'm also going to show different clips from the early days of the Uhuru Academy of some people that you may have studied and some people that you may know. Right, that have stopped by the Uhuru Academy and shown love, stopped by the Uhuru Academy and offered some knowledge, offered some wisdom, right? We definitely want to do that, right? And peace to everyone in the chat, peace to my students. And if I have an Uhuru Academy scholar that would like to say something, we're definitely going to give them an opportunity as well. Matter of fact, we're going to make this a community thing. We're going to make this a community because I appreciate everyone for taking time out in the middle of your day, right, to be here. I'm putting the StreamYard link in the chat, right? I'm putting the StreamYard link in the chat. So anyone who wants to come backstage, you have an inspirational thing to say or wanted to, if it's someone who's dealt with the Uhuru Academy before, feel free to come in. If it's someone who just wants to say something positive about UJIMA and the importance of us working collectively as a community, don't hesitate to come on in. You know what I'm saying? And even if you just want to give me love for sitting here and producing and talking and doing all this at the same time, I welcome all compliments as well. All right, and receive them. No, but this is a collective action, right? Even me sitting here doing this is a collective action. I'm working on behalf of Uhuru Academy parents. I'm working on behalf of the Uhuru Academy team. I'm working on behalf of Uhuru Academy scholars, right? Right. And so we are honored for all of you. I have their permission, right, to welcome all of you into our world for a couple of hours. All right. So let's just jump into it, right? Let's jump into it. Of each day of Kwanzaa, after we've honored our ancestors, we've also introduced an African proverb for that day, right? Right. And so today won't be any different. And peace to you, Jolanda Zachary, my beautiful sister. Peace to you, right? Today, right, will be one of those days. We're about to bring forth an African proverb, a powerful African proverb, and then we're going to discuss that proverb. It's kind of going to be our theme for our broadcast today. And we're going to discuss that proverb today. And I want you to, again, make sure you're spreading this video around. We can't have, there's no such thing as too much Black positivity. Right? There's no such thing as too much Black knowledge of self. There's no such thing too much of Black people supporting Black people, Black businesses supporting Black businesses. No such thing as too much of that. Ashe? So make sure you're putting this in that network to help balance these things out, balance this information out that's out here, right? We're still out here defending our own image to the world. You understand what I'm saying? So make sure that you're spreading the news. And Habari Gani, UJIMA, Rashida Harris, Uhuru Academy parent, once Uhuru Academy, always Uhuru Academy. Peace. You know what I'm saying? And so, y'all, let's get into this, right? Let's get into today's proverb, right? And it speaks to the heart of what today's principle is, right? And that is, UJIMA, collective work and responsibility. This proverb is a single bracelet does not jingle. I'm going to say it again. Today's proverb is a single bracelet does not jingle. I'm going to let you kind of go into the world of Uhuru Academy students and let you hear from Puppet Baba. Puppet Baba is going to break this proverb down for us. Let's get into it. Peace and power, scholars. Today we have another powerful African proverb that I want you to think about and internalize, right? And that proverb is a single bracelet does not jingle. I'm going to say it again. A single bracelet does not jingle. You ever see somebody that wears a whole bunch of bracelets? I know sometimes Mama and Koyo will have like a gang of bracelets on one wrist, right? And when she walks, she ain't gonna sneak up on nobody because them bracelets, they be working together, jingling and clanging together, click, 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 click. You know what I'm saying? And it's all good because it's something about the way she move and rhythm and that sort of thing to where the clinging of the bracelets almost sounds like music, almost sounds like they're working together, right? Well, I want you to think about this proverb because this proverb reminds us that we're stronger together than we are alone. It reminds us that there's nothing wrong with accepting help and that when you can work with others, work effectively on a team, right? And y'all work in harmony, everybody working at their strength, we're stronger as a unit, right? But when you're just working by yourself, you can make some noise, you can make an impact, but not nearly as much of an impact that you can make if you worked effectively with others. Remember, a single bracelet does not jingle. None of us make it alone. None of us achieve success without help. To be a human being is to be someone who needs help from others. You might not want to acknowledge it, but that doesn't change the fact that it's there. Someone's going to give you an opportunity. Someone's going to open the door for you. You're going to be in a position to have to work with other people because a single bracelet does not jingle. And I know a lot of people say I was self-made. Nobody helped me get here. I doubt that very seriously. No CEO can be a CEO without the people that works for them. No company can be successful without clients. No nation can be powerful without its citizens. No, we don't do it alone. A single bracelet does not jingle. Embrace the help that's around you. Embrace those that are investing in you and investing in your future. Don't pretend like they're not there because of your ego. You're not going to do it alone. Remember, a single bracelet does not jingle. Let's go on this journey together. Today, I want you to write down, what does this proverb mean to you? Then I want you to write a story with this proverb as the moral of the story. So many people can benefit from being reminded that we don't achieve anything powerful alone, that we must accept help and work with others. We must be reminded that a single bracelet does not jingle. Enjoy yourself. Peace. All right, Puppet Baba in the house, breaking down today's proverb, a single bracelet does not jingle. All right. And parents, this is a discussion that you can have with your children. Young children, this is a discussion that you can have with your parents when talking about the importance of family sticking together, right? Our families, we have to move like a unit. It's important that our children understand how their actions impact the family. Right, that our children, especially today, because of so many outside influences that are out there. Right, you have social media and whatnot. So there are so many outside influences that run contrary to the values that you teach at home. Right, and so what we're trying to do is provide you with more tools to reinforce your core values inside your home. And one thing that's very important is that when your children leave the home, that they understand that they represent those values. right? And that those values are the values that are going to protect them, the values that are going to keep them safe, the values that are going to help guide them on the right path. And when we do this as a community, when we come together as a community and we say, no, 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 these are our core values. I mean, I know that's what you're playing on the radio, but that does not reflect the core values in our home. And I know a lot of us, we may be bobbing to songs on the radio and on YouTube because the beat sounds good and the flow, but sometimes you may listen to the lyrics, and I'm talking maybe R&B, somebody hip hop, and the lyrics don't necessarily reflect your core values. And while you may be able to discern and say, hey, I'm just listening because it's jamming, but I know who I am, many of our children and a lot of our adults can't and don't. They're not just hearing the beat, right? They're listening to the lyrics. And they're learning value systems. They're picking up value systems in these lyrics, right? Right? The value systems that may run contrary to what you teach, but the people who are spitting out this other value system that says it's all about me. It's all about getting the money, no matter how you get the money. It doesn't matter how you get the money. Love is somebody buying you a bunch of stuff, or love is someone doing everything you say. All of these values that run contrary to our core values as a community, right? We have to do a better job coming together, protecting our true core values, right? And I love, look at a young scholar, Shemai, already in the chat, breaking down what the proverb means to him. You know, he says, the proverb means that if we work together instead of flying solo, we can make a huge impact. Y'all, that's a 14-year-old. He understands this. The proverb means that if we work together instead of flying solo, we can make a huge impact. See, it's not that you can't make an impact on your own, right? But if we work together, and if your problems become my problems, your solutions become my solutions, if when you look good, I look good, oh, we can make such a broader and more powerful impact. Right. We can make a more powerful impact. And that's something that we have to understand as a community, not just to practice UJIMA. It's not enough to say we need to come together. What do we need to come together and do? What do we need to come together and do? And so what I'm going to ask you today, I have another link, because this is an interactive Kwanzaa. So I have another link, right, that's going to take you to an open-ended question that's going to ask you, what does this proverb mean to you, right? I'm going to put that link in the chat. Okay, I'm going to put that, there we go. All right, I'm going to put that link in the chat. Let's see here. All right, I had a little glitch there. That happens with this internet. Okay, I'm going to put that link in the chat to the near pod. What does this proverb mean to you? The proverb, and let me go ahead and make a banner of the proverb so you'll have it. Right. Here's our proverb is: a single bracelet does not jingle. A single bracelet does not jingle. Right. That's our African proverb today. What does that mean to you, family? Right? What does that mean to you? A single bracelet does not jingle. Right? Some of you are visionary. Some of you are amazingly talented, amazingly skilled, but you can't do it alone. Some of us hold on to our ideas. I'm talking to, especially to our adults now. Some of us hold on to our ideas. We won't trust others with our vision, but you can't do it alone. Some of us are so uncomfortable working with others that we rather dream about our goal than actually go after it. We'd rather dream about unity than actually putting in the work to achieve unity. We'd rather dream about what we would want to do. We enjoy the dream because the dream is fun, because the dream, you're at the destination. Oh, I dreamt last night that I was rich. But you didn't dream, but you don't dream about the 5 businesses that you'll start that's going to fail before you get rich. Right? We rarely dream about the obstacles that are surely to come. And so one surefire way to skip obstacles is to just stick to the dream. Because if you just stick to the dream, you don't have to go through the obstacles. But if you want to manifest the dream, then the obstacles come with that manifestation. But those obstacles are only there to make you what? Make you stronger. A single bracelet does not jingle, and we all have to go through those obstacles. I put the Nearpod link in the chat. Those of you in the chat, definitely go and check that out and answer that open-ended question. What does the proverb, a single bracelet does not jingle, what does that mean to you? What does that mean to you? All right. We got a couple of guests in here, Isaiah and Saya. Do y'all want to jump on with me right quick and answer what this proverb means to you? Let me do that. All right. Peace, young brother. Let me see if you get your unmute your mic. Unmute your mic for me. Peace, are you there? Uh-oh, unmute yourself. You're muted. There you go. Peace. Isaiah? Peace. How you doing, sir?
Good. How are you?
I am doing just fine. Welcome to the Uhuru Academy online Kwanzaa celebration. I just got a quick question for you. Number one, how old are you?
10.
10? Ooh, with all that mustache hair you got? Okay. Well, okay. I thought you was much older. That's all right. Welcome. It's good. It's great to see you. Happy Kwanzaa. First, I'm going to ask you, Habari Gani.
Habari Gani.
All right. And during Kwanzaa, when someone says Habari Gani, you answer with the principle for that day. And the principle for today is UJIMA. What's the principle for today?
UJIMA.
UJIMA. Say UJIMA. There you go, UJIMA. So we're going to try again. I'm going to say Habari Gani. You say UJIMA. You ready? All right. Habari Gani.
UJIMA.
That's what I'm talking about. And UJIMA means collective work and responsibility. What does it mean?
Collective work and responsibility.
Genius. I mean, okay, I've got to give you a quiz. Habari Gani.
Ujami.
Uji.
Ujima.
There it is. Good. Let me do it again. Habari Gani.
Ujima.
All right. And what does Ujima mean? Collective
work and responsibility.
That's what I'm talking about. Now, we have a proverb today, Isaiah. That proverb says, a single bracelet does not jingle. Did you hear when we was talking about the proverb?
Yes.
Yes. What does this proverb mean to you?
It means that no one can finish the goal or do the goal without another person helping them and encouraging them and believing in them.
I say, man, that's what I'm talking about. So you're saying that if you're trying to achieve a goal, right, that, especially if it's something big, right, that then chances are you're gonna need some help, huh? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. And is there anything wrong with needing some help? Nothing, right? I agree 100%. Hey, you know what? I'm gonna put you backstage, but I'm gonna give you
nothing wrong.
Nothing wrong. Okay, we had a delay. Nothing wrong with getting help, right? I want to make sure, Isaiah, that whenever you need help, that you reach out to the people who love you. Ashe? Uh-oh. I think we have a delay. I'm going to wait for a second. Ashe. All right then. Cool. Appreciate you, Isaiah. Man, y'all show Isaiah some love in the chat. You know, brother jumped on. That takes a lot of courage. To come on and represent like that. Y'all, and I'm gonna tell you something. There's young black genius like that, like Isaiah, all over the world. We're not tapping into it. We're not having the conversations that we should be having with our children. I think we're afraid of boogeymen that do not even exist. You know, kind of like when our ancestors on the plantation and somebody was talking about escaping, everybody looking around like, oh, do they hear us? Y'all, it's okay. All right. You can talk to your children about our culture. You don't have to begin our history in slavery. Your babies are not going to run outside, right? Right? Your babies are not going to run outside and get in trouble because you taught them their history. No. When you teach the history in an affirming way, when you teach the history around our core values like UJIMA, collective work and responsibility, watch the transformation in your child. And that's the transformation that we see every day at the Uhuru Academy. Shout out to my JIGNA. You know, every teacher needs a teacher. Now, this is UJIMA Day, right? This is UJIMA Day. Y'all, my teaching commitment, because I don't have a career, my teaching commitment began when I was around 18 years old. And I was fortunate to be able to help organize and be a part of a rites of passage program in Butler Housing Community in Fort Worth. And my JIGNA is in the chat right now. A brother who's about 11 years wiser than me took me under his wing and taught me how to teach, taught me how to organize, taught me how to love my people, right? And that's my brother, Rickie Clark. Right? That's my JIGNA. I don't say mentor, my JIGNA, Rickie Clark. And he's in the chat right now. Shout out to Rickie Clark, a great teacher, right? And taught me how to work with our community from the standpoint of UJIMA. We didn't just go into the community and talk about we didn't just go into the community and say, hey, you don't know nothing about black folks. We need to teach you your history. Hey, kids, y'all dumb. Y'all need to. No, that brother taught me how to go into the community and pull out the greatness that was already there. Right? Right? Pulled out the greatness. And that's the key to our success. That's the secret to the success of the Uhuru Academy, y'all, is that we went in with a collective work mindset. It's not about us. So like you don't see representatives of the Uhuru Academy bragging and jumping out. Me, this is what I did. Look what I did. No, look what we're doing. We tell all of our parents when they enroll in the school, this is your school. Take ownership. Right? I remember going into Butler back in the day and empowering, helping Rick and empowering mothers and fathers to take ownership of the community, even if they didn't own the community. It's where they lived. It's where we lived. It's where we loved, right? And Butler became Mo Better Butler. The women of Butler Housing came together and started the WOB, the women of Butler. The men of Butler came together and started the MOB, the men of Butler. The children of Butler were the reason for the whole thing because they were going through the rites of passage program. They were performing steps, dance routines, reciting the history, and it galvanized the community. I know the formula. We know the formula. But the formula needs support. It's one thing to have the tools, but it's another thing to have the resources that will sustain the tools. And that's why we're here today. That's why we're saying become an Uhuru Academy patron and go to patreon.com. That's why we're saying donate at $ Uhuru Academy. That's why we're saying scan the QR code in the upper right-hand corner and set up a donation with the Uhuru Academy. Not because we're getting rich. It's not about money. It's about impact. And understand my mentality. Y'all got to understand my mentality because I have a collective work and responsibility type mentality. I feel like it's all of our responsibility to educate our children. Like I just do. And my assumption when I talk to you is that you're looking for an opportunity to show support, right? So I think I need to stop saying words like donation because that's not really what I'm looking for. What we're looking for is support, right? What we're looking for are people who see what we're doing and they see the opportunity to help as just that, an opportunity. So when you say donation, I want you to think opportunity because a donation is an opportunity for you to practice UJIMA, collective work and responsibility. Sharing the video is an opportunity for you to show UJIMA, collective work and responsibility. So it's not that a lot of times people say, y'all begging for donations. I'm not begging, I'm offering opportunities. I'm not begging for donations. We're offering opportunities for our community, those in our community who believe in what we're doing, who believe in empowering our youth, who believe in teaching our youth who they are, who believe in building independent institutions. I'm providing the community, we are providing the community with an opportunity to support. And the donation is just one way to take advantage of that opportunity. So I'm here today offering you an opportunity. We're offering the community an opportunity to help us build the greatest institution of learning for Black people in the world. We're offering people the opportunity to help us build uhuruacademy.org, which will be an online learning platform, right? Dedicated to empowering and educating Black people around the globe. We're giving people the opportunity to allow us, to empower us to launch the Uhuru Academy Land Banking Campaign, where we will be talking to families who have Black-owned land. That's a whole other conversation too, y'all. But we're going to be talking to families with Black-owned land, giving them the opportunity to allot some of that land to the Uhuru Academy as a future home of a Black art, of an African-centered school. Yes, and we are a 501c3 nonprofit. We have the nonprofit status. So every opportunity you take advantage of to support us, the IRS gonna send it right back to you. You can't beat that with a bat. All I'm trying to do is take away all the excuses. That's it. All we're doing is taking away all the excuses and making it as comfortable as possible for you to support this institution that so many people have come to know and to love, and that's the Uhuru Academy. All right. You know, and y'all, the Uhuru Academy was founded way back in 2010 in Fort Worth, Texas, by my wife and I, the beautiful Nkoyo Ojuo. Shout out to her. She is backstage and she is on and watching the broadcast, but she's traveling today. And you know, when you are an entrepreneur, a wife, a mother, you know, you got things to do. And so we're wishing her safe travels as she goes and blesses the community with her presence, and they collect and do their thing. We wish her all the best in her travels. And when we started this school in 2010, we didn't have any funding, right? We didn't have a location. Did I mention we didn't have any funding? We didn't have any students. The Uhuru Academy was born on paper. The Uhuru Academy was born in Photoshop. I had the shield before I had the school. I had our school shield before we had the school. That beautiful shield that you all see. And let me see, do I have anything around me with the shield on? I'll pull the shield up in a minute. But that beautiful shield that you all see, we had the shield before we had the school, right? We understood the 4 pillars that we were going to be standing on before we founded the school. We knew what our philosophy was. We knew what our mission was. We knew what our vision was before we opened the school. We didn't have any funding. We knew that it had to happen. So what did we do? We embraced UJIMA. We approached my JAG now, Rickie Clark, who had his own school at the time, an alternative school in the Everman School District in Texas, right? And he had a program, and we both had developed our curriculums together. So we knew each other's curriculum backwards and forwards, right? And he was like, man, I could use a teacher. And I'm like, I could use a school. And we made it work. He had a classroom that he wasn't using in the back of his school, right? And what we did was I agreed to teach in his program if I could also launch my school in the back of his school. So think about that. I'm going back and forth. I have my classroom, myself, Mama, and Koyo, and he's let me borrow his teachers. We have our classrooms in the back of the school. His classrooms are in the front of the school. We're working on both. They're both 2 separate entities working together to empower our children. How come that's not collective work? and responsibility. His problems were my problems. My problems were his problem. And the only problem we had was that it was illegal. We weren't supposed to do that at the time. I won't say illegal. It violated a contract that he had. So my Jagna took a risk. My Jagna took a risk and shared his space with us so we could launch our independent school and didn't ask for a dime. We co-labored. I took my expertise into his classrooms. He brought his expertise to my classroom because even though he had a school and I had a school, they were both our schools. His problems were my problems. My problems were his problems. His solution was my solution. Y'all see how that works? That's how the Uhuru Academy was born. Without collective work and responsibility, Julanda, y'all, we had no money. We had no location. But we had relationships. And we had a willingness to compromise, a willingness to work, and a love of seeing other people be successful. You have to want for others what you want for yourself. So I wasn't bitter that I was in the back room of a school that had a grant, had funding, paying teachers. No, I wanted to grow because his growth allowed me to sprout. Y'all understand that? And it wasn't about comparing schools. It was about complementing schools. I learned that out the gate, that we need each other if we're going to survive. That memory stayed in my mind when we went to Houston and we worked with Ashley Prince and the Prince family to set up the Prince Circle of Legends Academy. Of course, I will help you set up your school. Someone helped me set mine up. When we came to South Carolina and assisted in the founding of the UASC International Learning Center, of course. Of course, we're going to help you set up your program. When we work with homeschooling parents and provide them with coaching and resources, of course, we're going to help you. In the spirit of UJIMA. So when I put out the Cash App, when I put out the Patreon, there's no shame coming from me because my thought is, of course, you're going to support the Uhuru Academy. And if you're someone who says, no, that's not me, I ain't talking to you. I don't want to hear everybody. We want the right people in our village. The people who say, this is the village for me. This is a movement for me. So of course, I'm going to donate. Of course, I'm going to volunteer my time to teach a skill. Of course. Does that make sense, y'all? It's the only way I know how to do this. It's the only way we know how to move is collectively, right? I'm going to play a few highlights. Just short lessons and things that have gone on, and I'm really going to focus kind of on the early years when we first started, right? Because right after we left we were in the back of Rickie Clark's alternative school for a minute. And then he was also a pastor and had a church in the community, right? The jig was up. I ain't gonna say which parent got us caught putting our underground school in his school. But when we got caught putting our underground school in his school, he offered up him and his congregation, because I can't just say he did it. He had a team. He had a community, his church community. Yes, Christian church community offered up their church to us. And I know a lot of people who are African-centered, and we got some flack back then where people saying, but how are you going to be an African-centered school in a Christian church? How are you going to be an African-centered school and you working with Christians, Black Christians? I'm like, no. We work with principles and values. The African-centered part are the principles and the values, not what we agree with and don't agree with regarding history, religion. No, we're talking values. That group believe in UJIMA. So they are African-centered because that's an African-centered value. And they allowed us into their church. And we went and we moved into that church. And then the community started showing up, y'all. The community started showing up. And when the community began to show up, they started bringing their resources with them. Right? That's right, Alexis. Alexis says those are just labels to separate the values bring us together. And we need to, and one of the things I've learned on this journey is unification through values first, right? When you do that, then your philosophical and spiritual differences don't seem so big. You end up saying, wait a minute, we believe the same thing, we just worship it in different ways. We reinforce it in our spirit in different ways. You do it as a Muslim. You pray 5 times a day. You do it as a Christian. You do it through Ifa. You're doing it via more science. You see what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, you're coming to this table saying, I believe in collective work and responsibility, and I'm able to work collectively with those who have common interests and beliefs that I have, core value beliefs. Y'all, the Uhuru Academy has been a very successful experiment in Black unity. I'm going to show you some examples, right? I'm going to just show you some examples, right? We've had some cool people to come over the years. I'm by no means showing you everybody, because if I did that, we'd be here all day, right? But a couple that stood out early on when we were in the church, Christian Community Church. In Christian Community Church, Sister B, beautiful young sister in the DFW area that, you know what I'm saying, she was studying with the Osar Aset Society, right? The Osar Aset Society is led by a man at one time called Ra Nefer Amen, right? But then I believe he was elevated to Shechem Shechem, right? A king of kings. And he had actually been crowned a king on the continent based on the work that he'd been getting done. Well, he honored us with his presence. We got to bring Shechem Shechem to the hood in Fort Worth through UJIMA. Check this out.
I'm recognized as a king in Africa. In 1982, I held the first reception for a king that came from Ghana, a king of kings. So Tufo Opokuwara II from Ghana, Ashanti region. He came and I had a reception for him. A big reception, a lot of dancing and drumming, and all kind of dignitaries came out to receive him. And then he invited me to Ghana the next year and made me one of the kings in Ghana. Okay? And gave me land and things of that nature. So my job is to promote the knowledge of African history in the world, to promote among you, to make sure that you grow up knowing that the history of Black people in America did not begin with slavery. Okay? Our history goes thousands of years before slavery. We were kings, we were queens, we were architects, doctors, historians, we were builders, we were great people. And we were never slaves. We were enslaved. And I know your teachers will work with you to learn the difference. You can be enslaved, doesn't make you a slave. You with me? Yes. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Because what you are, you're a great.
All right. All right. Let me come back over here and do that. Just a quick. All right. All right. Y'all, that was Ra'un Nefer Amen himself. That was the Shechem Shechem himself at the Uhuru Academy in our early days, teaching our children that our history, you know what I'm saying, does not begin in slavery, right? And the beauty of what you just saw, you saw a master of comedic science teaching Black children from various religious backgrounds. There were Muslim children in there, Rasta children in there, Hebrew children in there, Christian children in there, teaching them their story in a Black church. That's UJIMA. Now, this is the man who wrote the books, the volumes, Metdu Neter, volumes 1 through 7. And he took time out to come speak to our children, right? Beautiful. Something else that happened in those early days too. Y'all might recognize this fella. Y'all might recognize this guy. Hold up.
This thing, right?
Now let's talk about some of our heroes and our sheroes. Anybody know who Marcus Garvey was? I'm going to go to my brother in the back. Everyone else put your hands down. You can put yours down too. Who was Marcus Garvey?
He said that he did a quote on history.
And what was the quote?
We have a beautiful history. We shall create another in the future that will start strong.
Wow, well said, well said, well said. I'm impressed.
Yeah, that's him. That's the what he call himself, the Prince of Pan-Africanism. That's Dr. Umar Johnson himself, a young Umar Johnson coming through, visiting the Uhuru Academy, teaching African history to our students. He talked to our parents. It was a great experience, and for him to do that, and our community came together collectively to bring him in. And those are the early days. Hidden Colors 1, I think, hadn't even come out yet, right? And so but the experience at the Uhuru Academy has been special from the beginning. There has been something special about the Uhuru Academy from day one. And the core of what makes us special is our belief in collective work. Our belief in UJIMA. Our belief in collective work and responsibility. Y'all saw in the clip with Umar how he asked, "What do y'all know about Marcus Garvey?" And one of our babies raised his hand and he said, "I know a quote," and he dropped that quote from Garvey on him. Yeah, even the doctor had to say, oh, "Okay, I'm impressed. Well said." Oh, we was ready. We was ready, right? But just to illustrate, without our community, though, without community support, moments like that don't happen. Without community support, our partnerships with Dr. Sinitria Grace, who had at that time the only full-fledged community theater in Fort Worth, right? But allowed us to come through and not only be a part of productions, but to have our award ceremonies, taking our students on tours and acting classes and the collective work and what? Responsibility. There are so many community partnerships that I could touch on, right? But there's one in particular. There's one in particular that I wanted to touch on today, right? That when I was going through our archives, I was like, man, this was beautiful. This was a beautiful experience, right? So I remember I told y'all we founded our school in the back of the STEP program, which is my now Rickie Clark's school, right? We moved from there to the Christian Community Church, where we had school there for a year, and it was cool. We enjoyed being at the church, right? But it was a church, so we had to set the school up every morning. We had to make it look like a school every morning, and then turn it back into a church every afternoon. right. But so we also adopted this concept that we call the community classroom. So we got our children out of the school as much as possible. We didn't have a school bus, but we had parents who had cars, SUVs. We would load up and we would go to the public library. We would go to the gym. We would go visit different Black-owned businesses and spaces in Fort Worth, and we would use the community to educate our children. We would go to Brother Bo, rest in power, and his ranch, right? And the children would learn how to plant vegetables and take care of animals, do some animal husbandry courses and things like that. The community as the classroom, UJIMA, collective work and responsibility. A lot of you are out there like, man, I want to start a school, but I don't have no money. Okay, number one, stop looking for that $75,000, $85,000 salary that the school district is giving you, to be a principal or whatever. That's not coming on day one. All right. You have to start looking at this as a collective work. And you have to share your vision. And you have to look at the resources that are available to you in your community and see what can I build and to what capacity with what I have. Does that make sense? Right? Y'all, word began to spread about the Uhuru Academy. And I have to talk about our partnership with Lone Star RBG. If you don't know about the RBG movement, of which I am a spokesman, the RBG movement it's a cultural movement, but I want to say it's a community-based movement, a community movement. You know what I'm saying? That's grounded, right, in merging who we are with who we've been. Right? That's grounded in first affirming that ain't nothing wrong with you, brother, sister, where you are. That what's right with you can't fix. And then we just point out what's right with you. The RBG movement, red, black, and green, righteous black guerrilla, revolutionary, but gangsters built on music. It's built on community action, right? And Lone Star RBG from day one was integral in the development and the promotion of the Uhuru Academy. Right? I want to shout out to Rich Ross, Supreme Rock Africa, Alik Africa, right? I want to shout out to Baba Bomani. I want to shout out to all the Lone Star RBGs who would come through the school each and every day. Big E, who would come to the school each and every day, provide security, teaching classes, helping us build classrooms, tapping us into the neighborhood. See, the thing about the Uhuru Academy, when we were founded, the conscious community did not rush and beat down our doors. The people who are already on this, already pro-black, and all right, they didn't beat down our doors to enroll their children. They're more like 3 cheeks salute, brother. Hotel. It's a beautiful thing you're doing. Well, I would bring my baby, but they're in the magnet program and in band. And so we don't want to interrupt that, even though they're getting the Eurocentric teachings. We feel like we make up for that at home. I'm like, all right, no problem. But guess who showed up? And guess who showed up to work? Black people. The hood, the neighborhood showed up and showed out for the Uhuru Academy. The African Center part came when we began dialoguing, when we started study groups, when we started Temple, when we said, the Uhuru Academy teach adults too. When the adult Black history classes started, all that, and guess what? The neighborhood wanted it. The people who are already woke didn't feel like they needed it. But what the people who are already woke did need, they needed to know how to build bridges into the Black community. I know a lot of Black power people who are disconnected from the Black community. I'm talking about the Black community. I ain't talking about the Black bookstore. I ain't talking about the going up to the college. I'm talking about going in them streets. Right? And so that partnership with Lone Star RBG, man, that was valuable. Still is. So valuable that a brother Terrence, who was a leader in the neighborhood. Every neighborhood got a leader, right? When we were looking to find our own space, this brother offered up a house that he owned in the hood, and I'm talking about in the good hood, to be our first schoolhouse. Our first independent schoolhouse, right? Right? Now, it wasn't a big old building. It wasn't a high rise. It didn't look like a school. It was a house that we converted into a schoolhouse. When I told y'all, this has never just been me and Mama and Koyo, ever. When we got that opportunity, when because of Lone Star RBG and because of our presence in the community and the respect that we were able to garner in the community because of our work, here comes the community saying, here's a house. Can y'all do something with that? And that's what I want to present to y'all today. That's the story I want to talk about today. Right? And I hope everybody's okay. I know I'm dominating the conversation today. Right. But I really, really wanted to share this presentation with you all today. All right. So just bear with me for a second. Bear with me for a second. And let me see. House. Let me see if I can find it here. All right. While we doing that, y'all go ahead and make some donations. Go to $Uhuru Academy. All right. You can also go to patreon.com/Uhuru Academy. Fit us in your budget. Fit the future in your budget. Well, that's a good catchphrase. Fit the future in your budget. Can you give the future $5 a month? Is the future good for $5 a month? Right? Is the future good for $10 a month? Is the future good for $50 a month? Is the future good for $100 a month? Look into your budget. What's a bad habit that you're spending hundreds of dollars on every month that you want to stop? Stop that bad habit and shift the funding of your bad habit to African-centered education. Yeah, there's no shame in my game. There is no shame in me coming and saying, hey, here is an opportunity to practice UJIMA, collective work and responsibility. Y'all, when we left the church, this was around 2013, going into the 2014 school year. When we left the church, right, the community stepped up. And here comes his brother Terrence, says, hey, man, I got a house, right? I got a house. And let me pull this up. Okay, let me do this then. Let me do it like this. I got to take a video off because I got a whole bunch of videos up here, right? And let me pull this video up. Okay. And this is an inside story that a lot of people don't know about, right? This is why, let me tell y'all, let me turn the music down, right? Y'all, this is our first schoolhouse. 2014. We paid nothing for it. It was donated to us. Some would say by the streets. Yeah, this wasn't our city council person. No. This wasn't a local pastor. No, even though we've had multiple pastors host our school. Shout out to Rickie Clark. Shout out to Dr. Michael Bell and the family at Greater St. Stephen's First Church. But this is our first independent schoolhouse right here. Located in Stop 6, Texas, where I grew up. Right down the street from Dunbar High School, where I graduated. But getting the house was one thing. Getting the house ready for our students was another. It didn't look like that when we first got there, right? And I'm just going to let this play. You know, there's Mama and Koyo getting ready. Y'all, we had to pull all the trash out. And y'all, the community showed up. This is collective work and responsibility. This is UJIMA. Look, my brother Rich Ross, Supreme Rock Africa in the house. You got Uhuru Academy parents, y'all. And then we had adults there that had nothing to do with Uhuru Academy, just supporters of the Uhuru Academy. Y'all, this house was literally leaning. Y'all see the beam? Right? The community showed up. We painted together. We pulled trash out together. We replaced the doors and put new doors on it together. Painted inside. That's the husband and wife team, Kari and Supreme, right? Brother Morrison right there coming together. Young brother showing up, doing his thing. I mean, y'all, we came together as a family to put this together for the Uhuru Academy, for our little school, right? Our little school that with no funding, all from Black people, all out of our pockets, all out of our time, so we could educate our children. That house, at one time, y'all, that house was a trap house. At one time, that house, my brother Jeremy Gary and the Honest Group, at one time, that house was a house where the local gang, the blood gang in that neighborhood, actually put down its members, but actually take in members to jump people in the backyard of that house. That house terrorized the community at one time. But that very group that at one time was terrorizing the community gave us that house and told us to uplift the community. And we did. You see, the green wasn't the original color. We had to come together and paint it. We had to pray in it. And everybody prayed. The Muslims prayed. E5 people walked through there with sage. The Christians prayed. The Hebrews prayed. And then we started school. And we moved into our schoolhouse, which was small, but we was working that thing, right? I just love, and let me pause here. I put this picture in here twice. This is what we need to do. Everybody in this picture ain't the same. They don't all believe the same thing. But in that moment, everybody believed in the Uhuru Academy. In that moment, everybody believed in African-centered education. In that moment, everybody saw the vision that this is where we're starting, but this ain't where we're going to end up. And that's why we're going back to Texas. That's why there's still going to be an Uhuru Academy on the ground in Fort Worth, Texas. That's ground zero for Uhuru. Y'all. That's the finished product. That's the first Uhuru Academy, right? And the beauty about that whole experience, right? The beauty for me about that whole experience, and I don't know if Mama and Koyo has a good signal. I know she's traveling. Let me see. Let me see if I can add Mama to the stage. Let's see if she has a good signal. Mama, you there?
I'm here. Habari Gani, everyone.
UJIMA, right?
Woo!
Hey, our first schoolhouse.
Man, that was such a beautiful work to be a part of, to see something transform and from one thing, from the other side of the spectrum to another. It was beautiful to be able to take a house, a place that was deemed as hurtful to the community, and make it profitable, productive, and inspiring, and
I say.
education for that community. It was lovely. I love it.
I say, it's a beautiful experience. The community showed up,
Yes, they
and
did.
made it happen, y'all. And y'all, the house was never big enough, right? Right.
No,
And
made it
so
work.
we made it work. And again, the community classroom right across the street from the schoolhouse was the neighborhood community center. And what we did was that we went and I'm just going to mute you because of the background noise. Mom. Oh, she did it good. And what we did was we went and we struck a partnership. And shout out to Miss Jackson and the Martin Luther King Center in Stop Six. We struck up a partnership with the Martin Luther King Center because they had a library, they had a computer lab, and they had a gym. So we're thinking, you know what? Monday through Friday from 8 to 3, no one's in there. So I went and I said, you know what? What's going on with the gym? And she was like, well, we never had a group, a homeschooling group come in here during the daytime, And she started telling me some of the challenges. She was like, man, they talking about closing us down, right? Our numbers are not up, right? We need a new gym floor. They won't fund it because our numbers aren't up. Well, y'all, I had about 35 students at the time. I said, well, what if we do this? What if all of my students get memberships to the community center? And we come to the community center every day to use the gym and the library. How would that impact your numbers? She said, oh, it'll turn things around. Long story short, y'all, after 1 year of us using the gym, the gym not only stayed open, they got a new basketball court from the city as well because they were able to show those numbers. We co-labored. We had the whole gym to ourselves each and every day. I'm dropping this jewel, not to brag. I'm dropping this jewel to let y'all, those of you with community-based programs, create partnerships with other community-based programs. And you got good people in your neighborhood that have these jobs that if you came to them with something tangible and real, they'll look and see how they can use their power and their access to help your independent endeavor. We were independent of the city. We were an African-centered school, but we didn't need them to say, we support African-centered education, Black power. I didn't need her to say Black power. I just needed her to open the gym. And I needed to be able to show her how it would benefit them. And we protect our partners. We don't go on. I didn't go online and say, yeah, it's Black power at the gym over here. Yeah, it's Black power. No, why would I do that to create stress and problems for her? We signed up. They got something tangible. We got access to the gym. We got something tangible. That's collective work and responsibility. Creating partners, important in every endeavor. Collective work and responsibility right there. Ashe. That's my example for today. I'm presenting today, right? And y'all, this is just one example of UJIMA that we encountered throughout the years. But this is one that really stands out in my heart. And if anyone who was there that day is watching this broadcast, thank you. All of you, everyone who showed up, from Jeremy Gary to Supreme Rock Africa, Angela Parker, Trinity Parker, Everyone who showed up. Thank you, Kari Menashe Africa, Steve and Tamikwa Muhammad, our first family, Baba Bomani and Kamaria Ajamu, everyone who showed up and contributed that day. Y'all have no idea what that still means to me. And it also validates that if you build it, they will come. It validates that there are plenty of people still in our community that are ready to work and put something together. All these folks weren't quote unquote Black power folks. They just recognized something powerful when they saw it. We talking about UJIMA, right? We talking about UJIMA. All right, I'm gonna take a quick commercial break. And then when I come back, I'm going to bring on a couple of Uhuru Academy scholars. I want to feature an Uhuru Academy scholar. All right. And that really turned around a testimony from a parent. And I'm going to feature an Uhuru Academy scholar named Dorlia Woodards. And we're going to talk. And then I want to bring on a couple of scholars that we have backstage to let them say something. Ashe? All right, let's do this. All right, let's do this.
Greetings, esteemed Black homeschooling parents. Baba Amin here, and I'm here to let you know that it's time to take charge of our children's education like never before. And I have exciting news for you. The Uhuru Academy online K-12 private school and homeschool partnership is here to change the game. And we're enrolling. Listen up. Our curriculum is proudly African-centered, empowering young minds with knowledge that celebrates our rich heritage, our roots, and our greatness. Yes, you heard that right. We have students from all corners of the world, and our vision is to create a generation of leaders who are visionary, confident, and empowered. Black homeschooling parents, let's unite and give our children the gift of an education that fuels their pride, elevates their potential, and ignites their passion for greatness. Visit us at uhuruacademy.com to secure your child's position at the Uhuru Academy, the premier partner in empowering our leaders of tomorrow. Peace.
Academy overall is an amazing school from the teacher to the students. Is a place where kids can build their confidence and learn how to write, read, type, all of that good stuff. We learn our history here. We honor our ancestors, so we learn about who we are and where we come from, and I really enjoy this about this school. And like everybody's pretty much saying, it's a safe space, and we can always be able to feel like we can open up to our classmates and our teachers. So that's what I love.
I love the environment in that they promote not being afraid to ask for help.
Something positive about the Uhuru Academy is this is a safe space, and you can be able to say whatever you want to say without being embarrassed. Just like how Amani said, I've been able to sometimes I can be shy talking around people, but y'all have taught me not to be shy and everything. This is a very good school. The part that I love about this is when we do ancestor reverence and African history.
I think this is the greatest school I've ever went to because you teach me about my history, and at the other schools they never taught me one thing about my history. They just taught the only Black people they talked about at my other schools were like Carter G. Woodson, Martin Luther King, and I think that's it. So you guys helped me learn my true history.
Notice how a lot of our students, when they talk about what they love about our school, they talk about what they love to learn, but a lot of them also talk about learning how to express themselves, finding their voice, learning how not to be shy, as they would say, right? Gaining confidence. Confidence is so huge when it comes to pursuing any goal. right? And so we do place a premium on making sure our students are not only obtaining marketable skills, but they're also building their self-confidence. That's the foundation. That's the foundation to what we do. You also hear them talking a lot about learning our true history. Y'all, I've been doing this for over 30 years. I've been working with youth for over 30 years. And I've never in 30 years met a youth that didn't want to learn Black history. I've never met a Black youth that didn't want to learn Black history, ever. I've never met one. And when we teach it, they're excited. They want it. It's like, oh man, finally something about me. And it's something that's denied them in the public school system. And the few states that offer Black history, they offer it just so they can control the narrative on Black history. Florida, right? And so, but that's okay. Guess whose job it is to teach our children our story? That's our job, right? Now, we're paying taxes into the public school system, right? In a lot of areas, we're the majority of the children in the public school system. So as a taxpayer, whether you're the majority or the minority, it's majority rule, minority right, right? Whether you're the majority or the minority, you should be able to dictate what your child learns. And if you want your child to learn our story, you should demand that. You should demand that. And if you don't receive that, then you should remove your child from that school. The Uhuru Academy is here to be the or else. The Uhuru Academy is here to train you, to provide you with the resources, to provide you with the support, the collective work and responsibility to get us to a point as a community where we say, you know what? If we're still going to be fighting to tell people who work for us what we want them to do, then we'll just go do it for ourselves. You ain't got to pull out everybody, just pull out enough. Every child represents anywhere between $12,000 and $20,000 per year in subsidy to your public school. They should listen to you. And not just learning our story, and like, for example, the Uhuru Academy, we teach a Black history class, but we really integrate our story into every class. When we teach math, we teach the African origin of mathematics. We teach our walk with mathematics. We teach our walk with science. We still learn what other people have done and other people have contributed, but everything centers around our experience with it. Because Sir Isaac Newton gets no law of gravity without Kemetic science, without Kushite science, without the sciences that were taught and brought into Europe by African people. There is no Euclid and geometry without the geometry of ancient Kemet and Kush. So why are we skipping Kush? Why are we skipping Kemet? Why are we skipping Ethiopia? Why are we skipping the Nok culture of West Africa? Why are we skipping over these ancient cultures and starting with the Greeks? And that's not a slight against the Greeks. We're just saying, why are we skipping our story? Oh, y'all don't know it? Well, then we do. We have great scholars like Dr. Sheikh Anta Diop, great scholars like Dr. Yosef Ben Yakinen, great scholars like Dr. John Henry Clark, and others who have done the work, Arturo Schomburg, who have done the work, provided the evidence, right? And taking control of the narrative on our history. We embrace that narrative. And some people might say, well, how do you know those narratives are 100% true? Y'all, no ancient historical narrative is 100% true because none of us were there. We're just putting stories together based on evidence. And what African-centered education refuses to do is to ignore the evidence of the birth of civilization in Africa and to teach a story of our history based on that evidence. So when you go to math at the Uhuru Academy, you're learning about Imhotep. When you go to science at the Uhuru Academy, right, you're learning about ancient African scientific systems, right? Everything is grounded in our experience in that particular field. And that ain't going to make you that's not going to make them less of an engineer. That's going to make your scholar a super engineer, a creative engineer, an engineer who feels like they own engineering. Like, this mine. Of course, I could be a chemist. The Blombos Cave, 75,000 years old, South Africa, the world's oldest chemistry lab. Of course, I could be a chemist. Black folks been doing chemistry for 75,000 documented years. You don't think that'll boost your child's confidence in science? Yes, I can build cities. We had cities in West Africa like the city of Genet, the city of Gao, Timbuktu. Of course I can build cities. Of course I can build schools. We had a University of Saint Corre, right? That is key in educating our children. All right. Oh Lord, y'all see I got on my I got on my my soapbox there for a second, right? We've had a lot of great guests. I'm gonna play a couple other highlights. I want to shout out, and it's a brother I really want to get come through on Kaumba Day. Brother by name of Yawarni Hughes, right? Yawarni Hughes. He's an illustrator, an editor, an author. He specializes in manga comic books, right? A lot of our children love manga. The manga culture or the manga comic culture is a Japanese artistic culture, but we have Black people, like Africans like Yawarni, who are taking ownership of it and saying, hey, you know what, we can contribute to this too. Let's create some characters. He has a comic called Bold Saga, which is a beautiful, beautiful manga comic based on African culture, African values, right? But in the style that our children love. Well, and shout out to the Fifth House Collective and Sister D, Lordy D, for partnering with the Uhuru Academy to form our writing club. And in our creative writing club, and don't sleep on creative writing. Some of y'all might say, how are they gonna get a job as a creative writer? No. Being creative is the difference between the boss and the employee. It's the difference between the founder and the janitor. Being creative, right? You could be a creative cybersecurity specialist. You could be a creative nurse, right? So tapping into your creativity centers is key to success. Well, anyway, so with our writing club with the Fifth House Collective, they brought in several professional Black comic book illustrators and writers, and we're partnering on a project called The Feather. And I'm gonna feature The Feather on Kaumba Day. Well, Yawarni came in and he did a whole training on how to write a manga. This is collective work and responsibility. I've never met this brother personally, right? But the Uhuru Academy and Gale, I believe it's Gale. I got to get the name of his company, right? But I know Bold Saga is his comic. So if you look up Bold Saga, and I'm gonna put that out here, and hopefully I can get him on. If you look up that Bold Saga comic, go check him out, right? Definitely check him out. But this is him just teaching a short lesson to our students.
Focus on manga. The blue area that you can see is going to be your bleed area. Bleed basically means the area outside of your design that's extra information. So when the printer is cutting your book, on the top, the side, the bottom, they have extra area so that when they cut, there's actually either color or the right space that you want. If you don't have bleed,
right? Empowering, right? Real skill-based learning online, live. It wasn't pre-recorded, live, right? And we have young writers, and we have some book-ready material in our school right now. I'm telling y'all, this is your opportunity to be a part of something powerful, right? We also focus on vision development, and shout out to Baba Bomani. We also focus on vision development. Students understanding why are they in school in the first place, right? Why are they in school in the first place? What is my goal, right? And they have to present on that and tell us why they want to be what they want to be. This is young Rondé Kelly. I believe he was 6th grade at the time, talking about his desire to be an actor.
Doing. I think my love for acting started when I was like way younger, like around my months, around a year old, because I would just look at myself in the mirror and I would like pose and smile and just do a bunch of different things and make myself laugh. I just love seeing myself. And so, yeah, I don't know for sure if I will become a professional actor, but it's definitely like an occupation that I will consider. So here's a video, and the reason I put this as my background is because I wanted to say thank you to my audience for tuning in so far.
All right, bring that out right now. Just to let you know that young brother Rondé, he is still with that presentation from last year, and he's not here during Kwanzaa because he's getting ready for his first play, paid play. He's in a professional stage play right now, right now, because he expressed that as something that he wanted to do. He expressed that as something that was in his heart, like his passion for that, right? And who are we as a school to push that to the side? We nurtured that. And the transferable skills, my only thing is be able to articulate what you want to do. And thus you see the presentation, right? That confidence, that young man has carried that into his first paid acting job. In the presentation, he said, I don't know if I ever be a professional actor or not. A year later, he is. A year later, he is. And he understands that, yeah, if he makes a living as an actor, great, but he has other aspirations as well. Right? And so, y'all, come on, man. I don't know what else to tell you. Support the Uhuru Academy. What are you waiting on? What are you waiting for? What's the hold? Tell me in the chat. What's the hold up? Why don't you support African-centered education? What we not doing? What are we not doing? We don't have the budget that they have at the public school system, but we're more effective. We're more impactful. We not for everybody, but we for a lot of people, and we're not at capacity of the children that we're here for. We're not there yet. We need more teachers. We're looking for volunteer teachers. We're looking for teachers. If you have a skill, if you have teaching experience, if you want to experience and be trained in our model, to be trained as an African-centered instructor, get at us. I should say trained and certified. Get at us. All right. All right, cool. All right. So I wanted to shout out to Miss Dorlia Woodard. She is the mother. I'm sorry, not Dorlia, Deandra Woodard. She is the mother. Let me put this up here. Of Dorlia Woodard, Uhuru Academy student in her third year with us. And the thing about Dorlia, out of California, experienced extreme bullying when she was in public school. Race-based bullying, being a girl, just had a horrible experience. When she enrolled in the Uhuru Academy, she had kind of withdrawn within herself. Since being with us and us working collectively, when I say us, I'm not saying I did it or no. Since being with Mama and Koyo and Baba Amin and Miss Haley Lair, being a part of our Be Like a Girl groups with Mama Kamaria, and when having a beautiful, active mom who keeps her, engaged and in the community, Dorlia blossomed within a year of being with us, right? So much so that Dorlia became an activist and an entrepreneur in her own right. Right. So Dorlia is not only a young entrepreneur, and I'm gonna play a short clip, and I think let me make sure I have it. I'm gonna play a short clip of Dorlia as she finished an entrepreneurship program in California, a summer entrepreneurship program. They're asking everyone to come up and say what they learned, right? To express what they've learned. Okay. And let me make sure I have it. Hold up. Y'all bear with me. I'm doing good actually for me to be multitasking. Did I freeze? I've made myself freeze. I glitched myself out. Okay. Hold up. I can do that sometime. You start glitching when you get my age. You can start glitching a little bit. Okay. All right. Well, okay. Well, at any rate, I'll get back to that one. I'll definitely get back to that one. Okay. I'll get back to that one. Right. But Dorlia Let's do this. Hold up. Hold up, y'all. I'm glitching. I'm just doing too much. Give me a second here. All right, cool. All right, in the meantime, make sure you're liking and sharing the video. All right. Well, Dorlia went to a community forum on reparations last year. And I remember throughout the state of California last year, there were several forums on reparations because there are certain California cities that actually have reparations on the ballot for Black people. Dorlia decided she wanted to speak. This forum was filled, hundreds of people in this place, right? And she decided that she wanted to speak up for reparations. She decided this. And this was a huge step for Dorlia, who has been amazingly shy. A huge step. And you'll see her. I just want you to watch this baby as she finds herself in this through this experience.
Yeah. Right. This should be Darlia. Good morning.
Let's go.
Oh, my name is Dorlia.
Okay, Dorlia. Oh, Rose.
Oh, really? It's Rose.
Come on, baby.
It's okay, Darlia. Where her mama?
Come on, honey. Come on. Let's go. Hello, my name is.
Hello, my name is Dorlia. My great grandparents were an Aboriginal women and freemen, enslaved freemen who planted roots in California as sharecroppers. My family is through all of California, from the north to the south borders. We are so deep that we don't even know it. And that part of the separation is the separation of Black families. I am homeschooled due to the fact that I was given an opportunity to get away from being humiliated, bullied, and beaten, not only from the students, but from the teachers and staff. It has been a struggle of being a Black girl in California. And as our ancestor, Miss Fannie Lou Hamer, said, we are tired of being tired.
Yes.
My great grandfather was freed as a child at about 7 years old. I can't even imagine running around in sugarcane, cotton, tobacco crops, and clueless to who I am, nor having education. We Black people are about 7% of the state's population. Now imagine what it's like to be one of the few Blacks in the school, unless you're in the inner city. There is no self-identity or self-awareness in public schools, and if so, you're being bullied. I'm an entrepreneur, and as a Black 7th-generation Californian, I am barely getting out of the mud. I'm thinking about my lineage and how my great-great-great-grandchildren are going to be benefited off any proposed reparations. In our homeschool, we are taught about Black economics. Where are the credit unions going to be at? Where are our own hospitals going to be at? Where are our schools going to be at? How and will school benefit? Homeschooling is important, especially for Black children, to know ourselves. We come from greatness, we are greatness, and to greatness we shall return.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for coming out. It is now.
My bad. We watched that live in class as it happened. And y'all saw her rocking her Uhuru Academy hoodie. I'm just saying, but we watched it live as it happened. And words can describe how proud we were and are of Dorlia. You know, y'all know how much bravery that takes, especially for a child who's been bullied and ridiculed in public school to stand up, and not only stand up, she was standing up for us. She was standing up for her family. She was standing up for her lineage. You have to respect that. What if we had 10,000 Dorlias, 100,000 Dorlias, 1,000,000 Dorlias? Yo, we do. We do. We have to create safe spaces for them to become who the ancestors and the Creator want them to become. I hope I'm making sense to you. This is what we're building. I'm in South Carolina. Delia's in California. Norley and Nana, they're in Accra, Ghana. Tayden and Tanai, Ama, they're in Accra, they're in Ghana. Imani is in Atlanta. Rondé is in Chicago. Keone is in New York. Kanaya is in Texas. They all come together every morning to learn. They've all become friends. They're all becoming global citizens. What if we expanded that platform? It's our collective responsibility to do so. The Uhuru Academy is now enrolling. Our online program, we believe we're in an education crisis, so we enroll year round. For those of you who are ready to liberate your child, right, and take hold of your child's education, visit uhuruacademy.com. For those of you who say, I ain't got no children, but I love what you're doing, become a monthly patron. Look at your budget. How much of it are you willing to put towards the future? I want to donate right now. Scan the QR code in the upper right-hand corner. Or you can go to Cash App, $ Uhuru Academy. We're not talking about what we're going to do. We're talking about what we're doing. I want to take a moment to shout out to all African-centered education, all African-centered schools out there right now, especially the independent ones, because I know how difficult it is. We are working collectively. We might not do something together side by side, but Freedom Home Academy, Marcus Klein, we're practicing UJIMA because he's doing his thing, his crew, his team. They're African-centered educators and they're uplifting their community. The new Akibalan STEM Learning Center in Broward County, Florida, we're practicing UJIMA. Cheryl Irvin. Liberated Minds, Queen Tai East, the whole Liberated Minds movement. Y'all, we in lockstep. One thing about African-centered education, even if you don't see us standing together, we are walking together. Baba Mwali Mubaruti and Mama Ya Baruti, Akabin House, the standard in Atlanta. But this movement will only move if Black people move it. And that's what we're here for today. When you support the Uhuru Academy, not only are you supporting our ability to build our own schools and our own platform, you're supporting our ability to go out and help other schools in other platforms. You're helping us to, you're empowering us to empower Black homeschooling parents with resources, free courses. You're helping us provide scholarships to students who need it the most. You're helping us provide computers and technology to students who need it the most. That's what you're doing, right? And you're not making me money rich, but you sure making me people wealthy. I'm not gonna lie. You're gonna make me people wealthy. You're gonna make me impact wealthy. You're gonna make me gratitude wealthy. I'm having an abundance of billion gratitudes. I'm not chasing $1 billion. I'm chasing 1 billion impacts. That's what I'm chasing. That's what we're chasing. So become a monthly patron. Hit the Cash App. Scan the QR code. All right. All right, let's see. Who's in the back? Who's in the back? I know Mama Lexus is a little under the weather, right? I don't know how Norley and Nana, how y'all's signal is, right? I'm gonna bring Mama back to the stage, see if she has a signal right now.
Peace.
Peace. All right. What you think, Mama and Koyo? How you feeling?
I feel great. It has been beautiful today, celebrating collective work and responsibility with the community today. So yes, I've been enjoying myself thoroughly. It's been great. reminiscing down, memory lane, remembering
There's so many.
how, and from, the Christians say from faith to faith, from each journey, from each level we've been, we level up. The ancestors and the creator have looked out for us, and it's through the UJIMA, the collective working responsibility with our community and with our team and with our family and things. So
I say, yes. It's been a beautiful journey, and I think Kwanzaa really embodies so many of our experiences along the way. And
absolutely.
yeah.
Kwanzaa 365.
Kwanzaa 365. And speaking of that, y'all, we're going to replay this broadcast for the last 7 days of every month in 2024. So we're really practicing Kwanzaa 365. So each day, Umoja, Kushakalia, Ujima, Ujama, we're live, we're streaming live for Kwanzaa. But for the last 7 days of every month in 2024, we're broadcasting each day again, right? Again, we are launching the fundraiser today. We're launching the fundraiser during Kwanzaa. By the time we come back and meet again next year, we will have exceeded our goal in this fundraiser. We're also looking for sponsors. If you have a Black-owned business and you want to attach your brand to a movement that's moving, do not sleep on the power of sponsorship marketing. When people know that you support Black people will support you. Okay, and so get with me. You can visit uhuruacademy.com if you're interested in becoming a sponsor, and reach out to us, contact us, and reach out to us and let us know and let us grow together. I would like to acknowledge some of our sponsors. I would like to acknowledge the Alms Marketplace, and we're going to talk more about these relationships tomorrow because we're doing UJIMA, cooperative economics. You're going to meet Alms Marketplace. You're going to meet other supporters that we have, like hopefully I'll get Sage Financial on here, but don't even worry about that, right? We have partners out there, y'all. All right. We have some very powerful community partners out there that we want to introduce to the community tomorrow and talk about the economic aspect of building schools and building education. All right. Right. And so yeah, all of us, and oh my gosh, we had some sponsors for this event that we're going to highlight tomorrow as well. So I'm looking forward. I don't have my list in front of me, but I'm looking forward to doing that as well. And yes, Shamai, I think if you're looking at through YouTube, I can't bring you on through YouTube. You have to come into the backstage and I can bring you to the stage, right? Just like this. Let's go to Africa right quick, y'all. We got to stay global, right? We have to stay global. Norley and Nana.
Hi, everyone.
Hi, everyone.
Peace. But y'all hanging in there with me this week.
Yeah. We're going to be around for the days.
Yes.
I won't be there tomorrow, but Nana will be online tomorrow.
Okay, cool. Well, Nana, I'm going to bring you on with me tomorrow. We're going to talk.
Oh, okay? Really?
Yeah, I want to bring Nana on with me at some point tomorrow, and we're going to talk about cooperative economics.
Well, he's going to have to practice his sentences and his recipes, as he would say.
I'm not the best at pronouncing words.
Practice.
I think you do a great job. All right. I think you do a great job. And hey, practice makes improvement. All right. All right. Okay. And so I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. And then I definitely to see you on Kuumba Norley.
Yes. Yeah. I'll definitely be there.
All right. Kuumba. Okay. Absolutely. Let me bring Shemai up. All right. What's happening, Shemai? Unmute yourself. Let's see if you're approved. This is another young creative genius, the cosmic maestro, Shemai in the house, Chicago in the house, right? And all right, he may have a delay. All right, but hey, I appreciate y'all coming on and hanging in this week. Okay.
Of course.
All right then, cool. That's what's up. All right, I'm gonna send y'all backstage. We're gonna close out today. Oh, you know what I haven't done, y'all? During Kwanzaa, whenever we end our celebration, we're supposed to end with 7 harambes. Harambe is a Swahili term which means pull together or come together, right? So I'm going to end today with 7 harambes. When I get to harambe, and when I say harambe, y'all repeat harambe, okay?
Ashe.
And on the last Harambe, we're going to hold it. So here we go, y'all. Hey, y'all, it's time for us to come together. Harambe.
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 Last one.
Harambe. Harambe.
Oh my God, my one dollar
Great job, y'all. Great job. Hey, peace, family. We love y'all. We don't mind telling y'all thanks for joining us today. We'll see y'all black here tomorrow as we celebrate UJIMA, Cooperative Economics. Go light your candles. Happy Kwanzaa.
Ashe. Peace, y'all.
Peace. See you guys tomorrow. Me alone.